What? So it ties back to what Tsurugi said earlier. Right, I think I know it now. The indirect influence Haru had over Kyoka's death. Haru switched the nameplates by mistake, and the culprit slipped the note inside the room without knowing they were switched. Then the culprit's intended target was Tsurugi Kinjo. Yep. That's right, the culprit never intended to murder Kyoka. The real person he wanted to kill was Tsurugi. That makes sense. The killer saw Tsurugi's nameplate on the door and left a note there, but the room was actually Kyoka's. Does that mean Tsurugi would have died if Haruhiko didn't switch the nameplates? Yes, that's why I said Haruhiko and I indirectly caused Kyoka's death. Kyoka! It's all because I was an idiot! It's all because I was dumb enough to mix up those stupid nameplates! Calm down, Haruhiko, it's not your fault. Even if you put the nameplates correctly, Tsurugi would have been in danger. I'm a policeman, it's my duty to ensure everyone's safety. Yet I was careless enough to let Kyoka die. I should have died rather than failing in my duty like this. Please don't say that. Every person's life must be treated with extreme regard. True. Don't cry, please. That is why I cannot forgive the culprit. Not that murderers ever deserve forgiveness, but him killing one of our close friends is absolutely unforgivable. Yeah, I feel the same too, but how am I supposed to take that one of us is that cruel, cold-blooded killer? Oh? What do you mean by so? Can't you think? Now's the time to say it. You know, the identity of the culprit. The culprit? Oh, she's right. Process of elimination. Well, actually no, we're still left with two people. That being Kinji and Mitch. Or Terui as well? I don't know. The fact that the culprit is a man, the way he hanged the body without entering the restroom, how and why he called Kyoka Maki and killed her. Isn't the culprit fairly obvious at this point? Well, while we did figure out most of the major details, I don't believe we ever brought up that matter before. Please, you guys still don't know? How long are you going to make me wait here? I think my legs are starting to hurt. How about you say it yourself if you know so much? Why should I? There's people like Tsurugi Kinjo out there anyway. Tsurugi? Do you know who the culprit is? Yes, I do. Actually, I already knew who it was well before the trial started. Woohoo! That's our ultimate police! But what I brought back then was more like an educated guess. Now that I went through these discussions in the trial, I'm confident with what I got. Man, that's epic! How'd you know? I still don't have a clue. I'll try to make it easy for everyone to understand. So let's go back to when we were talking about the hook and the rubber ball. You all know how the culprit used them, right? Of course, the culprit tied a rope to the rubber ball and sent it around the pipe a few times, then threw the hook on to secure the rope. But I can't read. All was to make it seem like it was done from the inside. The rubber ball was the decisive factor in my deduction of the culprit. Do you remember Yuki explaining earlier that the rubber ball... I rest my case! I also figured out who it was right before the trial started. Not because, I mean, it was a guess, true, but I figured it would have been him. It's probably due to the accumulated damage from the repeated collisions with the wall. And here's the question, how much pressure do you think it's needed to pop a rubber ball? Well, it will depend on which kind you're talking about, but probably a lot. Yeah, I'll tell you something, that pops too easily. I'll tell you something, that pops too easily will be worthless as a bouncy ball. Right, normal levels of pressure can't leave a single scratch on it, much less make it burst. But the rubber ball still burst, just by bouncing a few times off the wall. That's kinda strange. How was the rubber ball old? When I saw the rubber ball, it was still glossy and shining all over despite its condition. I dare say it was brand new. I'm not done yet. Though I didn't place emphasis on this earlier, think about it. Would it be easy to make a ball go over the pipe, through the little space between it and the ceiling, bounce off the wall and roll back towards the entrance? Especially when the culprit couldn't afford to fail even once because he was a man. I believe it would be a challenge. I don't possess the skills for it in the first place, but even if I did, I won't be able to do it because of the pressure. Fully agreed. The culprit chose to take that challenge and succeeded nonetheless. That wasn't just a matter of guts. He had the confidence and ability to assure success. In short, the culprit has the ability to throw a ball exactly where he wants to. Getting very, very, very bad flashbacks. Well, this class trial was fun. It's more than the accuracy. Not only did the culprit have precise control over where to land the ball, but also the strength to burst it open. But I don't think anyone out of the guys looked like they have that much strength and accuracy. Judging by his muscles, maybe Kakeru does? With my daily muscle training, it would be certainly possible for me to burst a rubber ball with my strength. However, just to be clear, I cannot be the culprit. I can even score a goal right below the basket. And how did the killer pull off those tricks? Was he secret the ultimate? No, I believe Leon Quad is fucking dead. No, I think you guys are missing something. I said the culprit made the rubber ball go over the pipe, not through it. Huh? How can you make the ball go over the pipe without throwing it? Kicking the shit out of it! Wait, I think there is a way. How do you even do that? Superpowers? No, you can kick it with your foot. Oh right, rubber balls are small enough to hold with one hand, so I was naturally thinking that the culprit threw it. Huh? Hold on a second, kicking it with your foot? I knew I had the answer when I reached that point. It seems like some of you got there too. If what I'm thinking is right, then the culprit is... But why? Why did he... I'm still not getting it! Who was it? Can't somebody just tell me the answer? Give me a moment. Yuki, you know who it is, right? Huh? Looking at your facial expression, I got the feeling that you finally reached the truth. You helped me out a lot with the hook and the nameplate, so how about you say it for us? The mastermind behind all of this, Kyoka's murderer. Yuki... Tsurugi's right, I know the culprit. I really did figure it out. There's only one person who could have done everything we talked about before. I want to convince myself that I'm wrong, but this is something I have to do. I must do this! Okay, where is he? Bitch! The person that came up with this plan and murdered Kyoka. Mitch. It was you, right? What? Wait, we're at the midpoint? Oh, I underestimated this. Okay, at least I can save now. But we're at the midpoint of the trial? What the fuck? We just figured out the killer and... Alright, so... I mean, I could stop here and go grab lunch. I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna stop here, and after lunch I'm gonna come back and finish off the class trial. So, yeah. Till then. And we're back! Thank you for waiting none of the time that it took. It's like an hour later. Actually, is it an hour later? I'm pretty sure it's like... Yeah, it is an hour later. Okay. Welcome back! Second half of the class trial. I need to speed this up. I actually do. Because I have stuff to do after this, and... Yeah, let's just go. So, Mitch is the killer. I'm fairly certain. I was fairly certain of that from the beginning. It was just a guess, but... Turned out to be right. So yeah, let's go. Save again just because, and resume the class trial. Woo! Resuming, let's go. I'm excited for this. Did you just say I'm the culprit? What? Mitsuhiro? Hey, hold on. How does that make me the culprit? None of the guys has the ability to throw a rubber ball exactly where it was targeted with enough power to burst it. Yeah. This is exactly like Cleon and the crystal ball hitting the furnace to dispose of the clothing outside of the hours of the furnace usage. And Ifumi not being there. It's exactly the same. But if we're talking about kicking a ball with that much strength and accuracy wouldn't be impossible for you, right? Especially when you're the ultimate soccer player. Mitsuhiro's talent was said to be almost on par with that of many professional soccer players. It makes sense for an expert like him to handle a much smaller and lighter ball with such ease. No! Wrong! keep quiet if you're not the expert. Soccer balls and rubber balls are different. And I can't do all that even with a soccer ball. Mitch, but you did that thing in Fuji TV's The Master Challenge. Yo, Fuji TV though. You were the special guest for the game, where you had to dribble all kinds of balls and land it on the target. Didn't you have no problems with a rubber ball there? You even did it with a freaking pea. What? I saw that episode in the hospital. He easily scored a goal with a soccer ball, then did the same with ping pong balls, shuttlecocks, and one of the large exercise balls, I believe. And you're saying you can't kick rubber balls? Try a better joke. That was all fake. It was scripted. How would that even be possible in real life? Do you think I'm a goddess or something? Whoa, big scandal alert. She doesn't contribute that much to class trials, but I just love her presence, dude. I can't get over that. Mitch, are you really the culprit? Did you kill Kyoka? Yeah, plus wasn't he the one who said the killer would be among the girls? No, this is a trap! I know Yuki's the culprit. He's trying to accuse me with no evidence whatsoever. Mitch, it's over. Please just say it. I don't want to do this any longer. Say what? I didn't kill anyone! And why does it have to be me? Do you have proof? Do you have any kind of evidence that I killed? It's okay. I doubt you would overreact like this if you weren't the culprit. And you seem able enough to perform that trick, using the rubber ball that Yuki mentioned. That was... This is ridiculous! That's pure speculation! Show me the proof! Mitch seems really messed up right now. Am I set up properly on the desk? I just realized I started recording out of nowhere because I needed to get this going. I mean, I seem to be anyways. But it's true that my argument doesn't have a solid backup. I thought of it by process of elimination, not real evidence. Still, it should be somewhere. That one piece of evidence that can nail him down as the killer. I need to point that out or else we won't get anywhere. Ooh, Hope versus Despair. The class trial Hope versus Despair, I think. It's Teruya's account for sure, or the bloodstain near the body. Actually, well, we'll see. Okay, show me the evidence. Yeah, we knew that. I can easily prove myself not guilty, you know. Is there evidence that I put the note in Kyoka's room? Okay, there isn't. How will you prove that I got those tools from the antiques? Oh, okay, that's the one, okay, got it. And where's the evidence that I hanged Kyoka? You can't say any of these for sure, am I wrong? No. No, there is one of those. I think something Mitch just said doesn't fit in with our current knowledge of the case. I don't remember us talking about where the tools came from. Then how could he say something like that? True! Even more! Oh, my health replenished, that's good. Okay, I'm just not gonna do that. There we go. Break! Give me those 90 points. 95, I'll take that. Wait, Mitch, something's off in your statement. Oh, what's off? I don't see anything wrong in it. I know we talked about the culprit using the hook and the rubber ball earlier, but we didn't mention where they got it from. How did you know those tools were from the antique store? What? Because that's where most of the tools are? Yeah, I just thought the antique store was a good place for them to get it from. Personal opinion. That makes zero sense! No, you normally find hooks and rubber balls in the storage, not the antique store. True. Yeah, and doesn't the gym have loads of balls too? You see, you never know. Both the storage and the antique store might have those. That's why I mentioned the antique store. It looked like that place had practically everything. Mitch, we know. One of us has been keeping track of every single item in the storage in the antique store. Am I right, Teruya? Yes, Yuki. Is this why you asked me about this? Trust me, the antique store definitely had hooks and rubber balls. I know because I spent most of my time hanging out there. Also, I'm pretty sure there weren't any hooks or rubber balls in the storage. The ones used in the murder are from the antique store. The way those items were arranged changed after the murder. Whoa, Teruya, you memorized all that? Wow, what a freak. Oh no, poor guy. Shut up, it's just a coincidence and it still didn't show me proof. Show me evidence, tangible evidence, not your stupid guesses. I'm not buying it, you're doing this to the wrong person. Jeez, can't you be a man and just say you did it? Hey, Mitsuhiro, will you admit it if we show you evidence that you're the culprit? I'm not the culprit! If there's no evidence, you can't say I did it! Give me the proof! Proof, proof, proof! He insists we should probably show him. Yuki, show him the proof you have. Huh? I have the proof? Be patient and think, you do have proof. You even showed it to us a while ago. Show the proof to everyone. Is he talking about... It's probably the note, the handwriting. I didn't think about it back then, but that can certainly nail Mitch down. I've got to show him what it is. Terminate Talk Shooting? Is that the name of the final minigame in this one? That's actually such a sick name. In the Terminate Talk Shooting, you must overturn your opponent's baseless arguments by shooting them down and ultimately come up with the conclusive evidence that can silence your opponent. When your opponent's speech bubble appears, you can press confirm, Z, enter, or space to destroy it. If not destroyed, the speech bubble will eventually disappear and inflict that. Oh, okay. Every speech bubble has a certain amount of health represented by the number of objects at its top. If you're out of ammunition, you need to replenish it before shooting again. Press shift to... Oh, fuck, okay. So it's more akin to DR2's. Oh, okay, I see. Actually, is it? Okay. Your opponent will take damage every time a speech bubble gets destroyed. If they're out of health, he will be given a chance to deliver the final blow by combining words into the second evidence. Okay, this is Danganronpa 2. But beware, if your health reaches 0, your influence gauge will take damage and you must start over. Alright, let's try it. This is really well done, honestly. I like this. I see. This is not that hard yet. Oh, but with less health, more... Alright. I see. I like that they're using DR1 music here. Getting close. This is my favorite re-edition. Oh god! Oh, I see. It has the symbols to see how many bullets you need. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let me see. Hold up. Okay. Oh. What? No! Oh. I'm so dumb. I mean, it would be the same, honestly. Still, I was like, it has to be Monokuma gave us the notepads, but I guess that works too. I mean, I'll take it. That was pretty easy, but I get a feeling that it's gonna get really, really hard later on. If you want it, I'll show you tangible evidence that can prove you guilty. Which obviously doesn't exist, you moron. It does exist. Remember when I showed you the note to explain how the culprit called Kyoko to the laundry room? The paper used for the note was from the notepad given to us by Monokuma, which means we can see if that note was from your notepad by checking if there are any torn pages in there. What? Yeah. Mitsuhiro, here's the evidence you've been asking for. Hey, this evidence? Are you kidding me? We got those like a week ago. Anyone could have torn out a page for who knows what. Huh? Anyone could have used it. Then we can try matching Yuki's note with the torn section in your notepad. That way we'll clear on whether it was from your notepad or not. Well, but... Hey, don't you think the culprit could have used someone else's notepad? How can you be so sure it wasn't from mine? No way, idiot. The notepads were in the drawer in our rooms. How are you going to get one without the owner's permission? And if the owner somehow gave permission, even better. That would automatically mean the person who asked for permission is the culprit. Wait, that's... Mitch, just admit it. I don't want us to... I don't want us to keep fighting each other like this. It's over then. Over? Who said it's over? Nothing's over. This is a lie. This is all a big lie. How dare you accuse a superstar like me of murder? Ooh, he lost it. Yeah, GG. Alright, if you say so. I'll go over the case from beginning to end, then you'll accept it. That you're the only possible culprit, Mitch. Alright, in the closing argument, we must recap the whole story of the murder case. Okay, knowing that this was before V3, it's only gonna have one of the themes, since the other one was only in V3. I like this one a lot as well. Events relevant to the murder will be shown in the form of a comic, and your task is to fill in the blank panels with the correct picture. So, like all the other Let's Play series of Danganronpa in the channel, I'm gonna do this one on, like, without cuts. But from this chapter onwards, like from chapter 2 onwards, it's gonna be cut from the episode. Bottom of the screen, I have several pictures for you to choose from. So afterwards, press confirm again on a blank. Okay, so it's basically the same as DR1. Cancel to cancel your selection. Got it. The game will automatically proceed when you correctly fill in every blank panel. You will not be penalized for wrong answers. There's no pesky time limits too, so take all the time you need. Oh, that's so good. I'll take that. Closing argument, begin. Hell yeah! Okay, hold up. Uh-oh, the nameplates are switched. Kyoko was ambushed from her back. Remember to clean up. Okay, I see. So this is what happened. Okay. Yep. I think that's it. Oh, I can just do this? Oh, that's cool. Trying to learn here, okay. So Kinju, I think it's this one? There we go. I like the artwork, it's very Danganronpa-y for sure. I feel bad. Maki was like really cool. She had a really interesting talent too. That fucking sucks, dude. There we go. It all started last night. While we were all in shock by Monokuma's motive, Kyoka, Haru, and Satsuki decided to hang out together to distract themselves from distress. They ran around the hallway until Haru accidentally broke 2 of the nameplates on the wall. Idiot. But he's a lovable idiot. I like Haru a lot. Those 2 nameplates belong to Kyoka and Tsurugi. Haru was panicking over breaking school property when Monokuma showed up to give him a warning. He didn't punish Haru since it was an accident, instead ordering him to replace the broken nameplates with the new ones. It's a very similar setup to Danganronpa 1's first case, but the execution was completely different. And here's where Haru made a crucial mistake. After a trip to the restroom, he got caught confused about where the 2 nameplates originally were. They switched, yeah. He finally chose to go with his gut instinct, which unfortunately turned out to be wrong. This is when Kyoka and Tsurugi's nameplates were switched around. Haru went to his room right after putting the nameplates back, and the nighttime hallway was left empty. At this very moment, someone had decided against going to sleep and was out in the hallway, secretly heading somewhere. The place they were heading was Tsurugi's room. For some reason, they had chosen Tsurugi to be their target of murder. But there was something they were unaware of. Right before they came, the nameplates outside Tsurugi and Kyoka's rooms were switched by Haru. So the culprit had actually gone to Kyoka's room. Unaware of the error, the culprit made their first move. They put a note through the gap below the door. It asked to come to the laundry at 6 AM and contained a lot of false information to make things easier for the culprit. That laughter, though. Not everyone would be asleep right after nighttime. It would be easy to spot a note coming in through the door. That's what the culprit was going for. I missed this, but at the same time I didn't. The next day, as the time approached 6 o'clock, Kyoka, after reading the note, came to the laundry room as she had been instructed. The culprit was hiding in the corner of the room, looking for an opportunity to strike. Since they were expecting to see Tsurugi, Kyoka's sudden appearance would have been a surprise for them. Kyoka continued forward, oblivious of her fate. The culprit was probably confused at first, then either noticed that they somehow went to the wrong room or found Kyoka holding the note. Okay. They likely had a plan in mind, and changing the target meant they had to risk ruining everything, but there was also the potential of being found out and facing the aftermath if they let her go. At last, the culprit decided to change their target. They already had the weapon ready, and it looked like they would be discovered anyway. Meanwhile, Kyoka was wondering why no one was in the room. Still unaware of the presence of the culprit, she was left vulnerable to their attack. Fucking asshole, bro. And fell victim to it. After the murder, the culprit wiped off the blood from the body to conceal any evidence of murder. Because it was done almost immediately afterward, Kyoka's clothes didn't get any blood on him. However, they weren't able to take care of the large bloodstain on the floor, maybe because they were in a hurry or just failed to see it. That bloodstain played a large role in revealing Kyoka was murdered in the laundry room. I think the culprit forgot about the bloodstain while they were busy moving Kyoka's body. They must have gotten in a panic since they killed someone that wasn't part of their plan. The culprit first carried the body over to the girls' restroom. Their purpose was to take advantage of the fact that students aren't allowed to enter the restroom of the opposite sex. Yeah, it almost worked. How? Mikako was right, it was impossible to do that from the inside. That's when the culprit found the pipe on the ceiling of the restroom. The culprit decided to make use of it and went to the antique store to get the needed supplies. It was less than an hour before the wake-up announcement, so they were probably in a rush. The tools they chose were a rope, a hook, and a rubber ball. The culprit first tied the rope around the rubber ball and then thought of a certain way to hide their involvement. Their idea was to tie the rope on the pipe without entering the girls' restroom using the rubber ball. Since the culprit was a man, they were unable to enter the girls' restroom. Monokuma had previously announced that anyone who sets foot in the restroom of the opposite sex will be shot by machine guns. But thanks to the fact that the restroom entrance was open with a wall straight across, the culprit was able to tie the rope to the pipe using the elasticity of the rubber ball. It was a risky move as the culprit wasn't able to step inside to correct any mistakes, and making the ball bounce right through the small gap seemed nearly impossible. But the culprit was confident they could do it. This was because as the ultimate soccer player, they had absolute mastery over all types of balls. I know this is sad, and I'm really angry at the fact that the fucker killed Kyoka, but that line is kind of funny. The rubber ball bounced across the room and right back to the entrance just as they planned. The culprit repeated this several times to make it look as if someone tied the rope by hand. And this is when another unexpected event happened. They must have failed to adjust the strength of their kicks because the rubber ball grew weaker and weaker after each bounce until it couldn't withstand the pressure and popped. This caused the liquid inside the ball to be splattered all over the restroom, becoming a key piece of evidence. The culprit would have wanted to get rid of it, but they couldn't do it without going inside the restroom. The culprit nonetheless decided to go on with their plan. After all, they succeeded in tying the rope to the pipe, and the method they used was virtually unimaginable for a normal person. After getting the rope around the pipe, the culprit removed the ball from the rope and attached the hook instead. Then they threw the hook toward the pipe to fasten the rope on it. The other end of the rope that was left outside the restroom was wrapped around Kyoka's neck. The reason for this was to make it look like Kyoka was hanged inside the restroom. The culprit was hoping to make us think that Kyoka's murderer was inside the girl's restroom, and naturally was able to enter it as well. That way, men won't be considered suspects in the trial. The culprit, as a man, was trying to use this for their own favor. Everything was ready, and as the culprit was about to push Kyoka inside, they found a piece of paper in Kyoka's hand. It was a note they wrote, held tight in her hand even after death. Having realized the note will be used against them, discovered the culprit ripped the note out of her hand. They ripped it possibly because of rigor mortis, which makes it difficult to pull it out. Isn't rigor mortis is like the body stiffens right after death, isn't it? What the culprit didn't know was that most of the important parts of the note were still intact in the piece that they left in Kyoka's hand. Thanks to the note, we found out that she wasn't murdered in the restroom, which led to the conclusion that the culprit can be a man as well. After getting over the risky part, the culprit tried to get rid of the hammer and the rubber ball. But too much time had passed at this point, and it was early enough for some of us to get up. In a hurry, the culprit left their murder weapon and the burst rubber ball in the garbage dump. They would have wanted a safer option, but the time constraint gave them a little time to think. They must have thought that we won't find them if they put it alongside all the trash. And it kind of worked since Kakeru and I were the only ones to discover them. When we started coming out of our rooms, the culprit acted like they had just gotten up and waited for the body to be discovered. We soon noticed that Kyoka was nowhere to be seen. As we all know, we went looking around the entire building until Akane discovered the horrible state Kyoka was in. Everyone froze in shock. While pretending to do the same, the culprit secretly hid a smile at the outcome of their plan. The person who came up with this plan and tried to deceive us all. That's cool. The red card. Symbolism of soccer. That's good. Or football. Over here. It was you, right? Mitsuhiro Higa. Alright. Good shit. And I pretty much know why. How was that, Mitch? Do you still have anything to say? You must have forgotten how to speak. What kind of nonsense is that? This is just purely outrageous. Mitsuhiro, it's over. Please be honest. It's pointless for us to keep attacking each other. Mitsuhiro, was it really you? Why? Why did you commit something like murder? No, it wasn't me. It's not me. It's not me. It's not me. No. It wasn't me. Oh, this idiot is going all crazy. OMG, Mitsuhiro's totally gone wacko! Well, that's what happens when you fuck up. Shouldn't have done that. That's the end of the trial, boys. It won't bring Kyoka back. 815. Wow, this game is really stingy with coins, isn't it? Yikes! Okay, I see how it is. Huh? It looks like you're done! As the headmaster, let me say your discussions were packed with passion in a fashionable way. Passion and fashion? Are they the same? Are they different? Oh, who cares? You don't need any of those to live a good life anyway. So, let's move on to voting time! You don't need any extra explanations, right? Pick the person that you believe is the Blackened. Everyone make your choice using the switch in front of you. And one more thing, just as a reminder. Triple check if you voted for someone. If I ever see a blank ballot, you know what happens. I'm sure none of you would want to be punished for something so trivial like that. Okay then, time to get excited. Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? We're gonna get it right. Yo. Oh, that looks good. That is a lot of flashes. That is a lot of white flashes. Should not be like that. Sorry, people with epilepsy. Woo! Bingo! The blackened of this trial, that is the murderer who killed Kyoka Maki, is none other than Mitsuhiro Higa! What? Hold on! Mr. Higa, did you really? Mitch, why did you kill her? Tell us! I was a big fan of yours! I liked soccer too! I admired your talent as a rising star! Why did you have to... Cut it out and say something. Fine. I killed Kyoka Maki! You're serious? Finally. Mitsuhiro, assuming everything we found out is true, you murdered Kyoka even though she wasn't your target. I'm not saying it was okay for you to set up a murder, but you could have quit and spared Kyoka when your plan went wrong. Why didn't you do that? Why? Why were you so stubborn about killing someone? Kyoka did nothing to you! But... I just had to get out of here after watching that video. That video? Just as I thought. That is the only possible answer. You mean the motive? Monokuma had shown us that DVD just yesterday. The contents must have been different for each student, but every one of them seemed enough to drive a person toward despair. When I watched my video, I felt myself wrapped by a surge of emotion, demanding me to escape here using any means possible. I even pondered the thought of murder. Bitch must have killed due to the same reason. I'm aware of how serious a crime this is. Even a million apologies wouldn't be enough for what I did. But I had to do it. I had to get out of this place, and for that I had to murder. Mitsuhiro, you bastard! I don't know what you saw in your video, but can you even guess what was on mine? Every soccer stadium in the world being reduced to ashes, terrorists attacking FIFA headquarters, and world-class soccer players having gone missing. On top of that, my home team was also... How could such a thing be possible? I'm sorry. You're way too gentle. You're not gonna survive until the end. That's exactly like my case. Oh, this can't be good. It seems like something has occurred to the well-being of Yuki Maeda's warm and caring family. What could have possibly happened at his house? Mitsuhiro's soccer would have been like the home where he belongs. Witnessing his own sweet home being completely destroyed would feel... Attack on FIFA HQ! Man, FIFA's canon in Danganronpa, let's go! Sorry, I had to break the ice somehow. I'm still contemplating the fact that Kanata is probably gonna die soon. Or well, not soon, but she's not gonna make it. She's way too gentle. Way too gentle. I mean, Aoi did make it, but... No. I'm so fucked, aren't I? Come on, you know that's utter nonsense! Right, and it doesn't only pertain to yours. All of our videos have been manipulated. You shouldn't have fallen for this trap. Ugh. I couldn't stop trembling after watching my video because it was shocking and terrifying as yours. It wasn't just you. It was everyone's fight, even Kyoka's. Even though she watched the same absurd video, she was trying to overcome her shock. You asshole! I couldn't help it. Soccer is my everything. I'd even say it's more important than my life. I know murder is wrong, but I just had to see with my own eyes if that video was real. Even if it meant killing another person. Let me ask you one thing. Suppose that your plan went without a hitch and you got out. What if you found that video was forged? Then what were you going to do? You heard about the class trial and the entrance ceremony, didn't you? The victory of the Blackened is equivalent to the death of everyone minus the Blackened. My point is this. By setting off your murder plan, you opted to take the lives of us 14 for your own needs. But you were aware of the full weight of your choice. Or at least prepared to face the consequences? I doubt it. You know what I want to say. You're nothing more than an ignorant moron who wanted to get out of here using soccer as an excuse. Of course, our videos were as shocking as yours. Otherwise, it won't even be a motive. That alone was sufficient to make a person murder. All of us would have done it by now. But in reality, you were the only one to commit murder. What do you think made that difference? Could it be prioritizing your selfish desires over your so-called friends? Ray, stop it! Don't try to make this any more complicated. Are you telling me this idiot got shocked by the DVD, then just went on to murder someone without even being mentally prepared? No! I won't deny that, but soccer really was my everything. Actually, it was pretty well planned out. He even managed to come up with a complex trick immediately after murdering Kyoka. Tsurugi being his initial target doesn't look like a coincidence either. You thought his talent would be an obstacle to your plan, didn't you? Ugh. Bullseye, I suppose. Yeah. See, this is why I loved Tsurugi's mindset during this trial. Please solve this yourselves. I might not be around next time. That's literally what he was thinking, and I love it. Right. From the beginning, Mitch was willing to murder, even without the motive. A malice beyond description. That's what took Kyoka's life. But so what? Does it even matter? Monokuma was the ultimate ringleader behind all this. Monokuma's the one who drove Mitch to that point. You know what, Mitch? Right after watching the motive, Kyoka told me, Haru, and Satsuki this. Murder, motives, anxiety, just push him to the side and have fun. That way we can all chill out and strengthen our bond. Kyoka probably got the same amount of shock as you, but she was trying to overcome this situation by getting everyone together. If she had the chance to talk with you yesterday, things could have been different. Why? Isn't it so frightening? Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed a world-class celebrity is nothing more than a bad-tempered coward? This is why you should never judge a book by its cover. No one would have thought the Mitch Higa would commit murder. What? What are you talking about? It's your fault. This entire situation, Mitch's murder, it's all your fault. How can you even say that? Ah, don't be so salty. What's done is done. Don't you got a carpe diem? Oh, what's up with that attitude? If you're trying to fight me, give up. You'll probably end up hanging out with your dead friend anyway. Besides, you guys don't scare me at all. Shut up, Monokuma. I don't know where you got the balls for that, but someday I'll bring you to justice myself. Tsurugi might be an exception. Gee, look how long you guys have been holding me back. We better get started. Started on what? The punishment! What else would it be? I told you punishment awaits the loser of the class trial. Punishment? You mean execution? Just give me a sec. Of course I'm guilty. I deserve death. I deserve any kind of punishment. I know I can't ever make up for my crime. But still, are you really gonna kill me? Sure, I killed Kyoka, but isn't this a bit different? Seriously? You're gonna take my life? You deserve it. I can explain. I really must have been crazy. I'm sorry. I'll never do that again. I can rot in jail for the rest of my life. Just don't kill me. Yeah, I'll do anything you want. You can have all the money I earned for playing soccer, okay? I don't want to die. Help me. I was actually gonna say something, but never mind. Oh, it is raining quite a bit. I'll do anything but dying. I'm begging you. Please don't kill me. Hey guys, do something. I'm gonna die for real. This is not a joke. Notwithstanding Mitch's desperate cries, everyone turned their heads away from him, including myself. What's this? Are you scared of dying? Weren't you ready for this when you became the Blackened? Above all, you disrupted order. You killed Kyoka. Whatever the laws outside may be, the rule here is simple. An eye for an eye and death for a death. No matter what you do, you can't avoid punishment. Once you're revealed to be the Blackened, you are punished. This is an iron-bound rule. Now save your breath and let us begin. I certainly wouldn't want my students to procrastinate. So, I've prepared a special punishment for the Blackened, Mitsuhiro Higa, the ultimate soccer player. No, go away, go away! Let's give it all we've got. It's punishment time! You fucked up, dude. Yeah, you kind of deserve it. I wonder how this is gonna play out. Couldn't play movie. Implemented yet, okay. Fine. It's a first execution, alright. And for the limited resources the person had, this is well done. Yeah, you know it's a first execution. Red card, that's the name of the execution. That's actually pretty creative. A stadium. Oh, he's the ball. Oops. Oh, that is a lot of Monokumas. Uh-oh. Oh, the volcano shot. Man, if this was able to be animated in like a normal Danganronpa fashion, like CG and all, this would be a great execution. Oh, that is fucking messed up, yeah. Oh, there's the live thing again. Holy fuck, that was brutal. That was absolutely fucking brutal. Yeehaw! That's it! Yes! This thrill, this excitement! You can only feel this at punishment time! Mitch is dead. It happened in an instant. Mitsuhiro Higa, who was alive and breathing merely minutes ago, now greeted us in death amidst scorching flames across the screen. Despair. That was exactly what came up in our mind. Mitsuhiro committed murder. Of course he was unforgivable. But this is too harsh. We have to keep doing this? I can't. Anyone please get me out of here. If you don't want this, don't kill. None of these would happen if you simply stopped caring about the outside. After all, it was Mitsuhiro's own selfish desire that led him to murder. You guys were the ones responsible for this. But how can we just forget about the outside world? This is impossible. Monokuma, what is your intention? What do you get from us committing this heinous act? Intention? Intention? Huh? What is that? Sounds too hard for me. Nobody cares anyway. You don't have to know it. Just heed to my words and all will be fine. Besides, you won't understand a word even if I tell you. Not even the slightest bit about what's going on right now. A total waste of time, right? Son of a... Oh no, how intimidating. Well, case closed. The class trial is officially over. Everyone, rest in peace. Hey, wait! Come on. Damn it. What are we supposed to do now? In silence, everyone kept staring at the spot where Monokuma was standing. Although the class trial was over, none of us looked eager to leave the courtroom. After losing 2 friends on a single day, and realizing escape is still far out of our reach, we couldn't help but freeze in despair. Everyone, we need to stay calm. If we lose hope here, we won't be able to accomplish anything. Well, my legs ain't moving after watching that execution. Aren't we supposed to stay calm when our friend has met such a horrible end? It pains me so much to say it, but you're not making it, are you? I'm so sorry. Friend? Who's this friend you're talking about? What? Huh? Who else could it be besides Mitsuhiro? You're calling him a friend? I don't get it. Are you calling a murderer your friend? What's wrong with you? I'm Tsurugi. Sure, Mitsuhiro killed Kyoka and he deserves punishment, but he was still our friend for the past few days, right? Yes, he was. Now he's only a criminal who got what he deserved for committing the worst possible crime on Earth. What's so surprising about that? You may argue that Mitsuhiro deserved the death penalty, but do you condone Monokuma's actions? Are you condoning Higa's murder? Yes, Monokuma killing him was also murder. Monokuma's a criminal worthy of death too. But letting Higa leave would just be as absurd. There ought to be retribution for every murder. What the? Are you saying you're glad that Mitch died? Of course. No murderer has the right to live, regardless of how many they've killed. And there's the twist I was waiting for. It wasn't on the right character, though. What the fuck, Tsurugi? What? Sure, Tsurugi said he despises criminals more than anything else. and that his dream is to end all crime in the world, but still, saying he is glad for someone's death, even if that someone was a murderer? That's insane! Would you also say killing a murderer is acceptable? No way. If you kill a criminal, then you'd be a criminal too. However, wasn't Monokuma already a criminal to start with? When did I say I'll excuse Monokuma's actions? I'm just saying he got the thing he deserved. I loathe that bear scum more than anything, but there's one thing he said I can agree on. An eye for an eye, a death for a death. Okay! Okay, this is not cool, bro. That is my motto as a police officer. Lunatic. Isn't it a bit problematic for a police officer to say that? Why would it be problematic? I think the real problem is with the current legal system. I'm going to work hard to change the laws in this country. No, the entire world. I'll create a world where no one can dare to commit crime. That's why I need to get out of this place. Same goes for you all. Stop thinking about that killer and strategize how we'll fight Monokuma. I'm not supporting Mitsuhiro, but something is definitely wrong with you. Wrong? To me, the way you're acting is wrong. Don't you realize you're already approving his actions by caring about his death? Criminal or not, somebody just died! How could you react like that when a human being was murdered right in front of you? How could I? Well, criminals don't count as human beings for me. Leader? Tsurugi, what happened to you? You weren't like this! What do you mean? I was like this the entire time. I'm just giving some advice to those of you who are being overly hysterical. Of course, I am aware that I'm ultimately the one to blame. Kyoko wouldn't have died if I had been more alert. Therefore, from now on, I won't ever allow another murder to happen in this school, no matter what it takes. It's my duty to protect you all, isn't it? You! Stop. Mikako? She spoke. Everyone's exhausted. Let's go to our rooms and rest. Calm down. We can talk again tomorrow. Right, this mind-blowing incident got us all heated up. Yeah, let's cool our heads and talk again tomorrow. Fine, I don't think you can think logically in this condition either. And thus, our first class trial came to a close on the worst possible note. If it wasn't for Mikako, we might have broken into a fight. Somehow, I feel like everyone went crazy. No, I might be the one who's crazy. 2 of us died on a single day. It would be too weird. It would be weird not so crazy. Will we ever get out of this place? Will we ever escape this monstrous killing game? We took the elevator back to the school building and quietly dismissed ourselves. The atmosphere felt heavy, and a feeling of distress seemed to pervade everywhere, like it did on our first day. Everything that happened today already feels like memories of a distant past. Surrounded by this bizarre environment, my sense of reality was slowly fading away. The day I left home for Hope Speak Academy a week prior to today seemed like it was from a long time ago. I couldn't even recall how my parents looked like. My family. Ugh. Kyoka, the trial, Mitch, execution, Tsurugi. My brain drifted in confusion as these thoughts kept swirling in my mind. That was fucked up. I knew Tsurugi was too good of a character to be real, bro. I knew it. There had to be something. We made it through our first class trial, the very embodiment of despair, without achieving anything. This was merely the beginning of despair. Woo boy! End of chapter 1! Oh, fuck, dude. I don't even get to save, do I? I mean, if I'm correct, if what I've been told is correct, this ends at the end of chapter 1, this demo, so I'm gonna need another build after this. Fuck, okay. There's a lot to process in this. A lot. I can't say for sure, though. Huh. I can't give like a proper opinion right now. Tsurugi is certainly certainly has some big air quotes interesting ideals. Police officer with the same motto as Monokuma is not something I was expecting to find. I just hope he doesn't cause issues for the rest of the cast. But knowing Danganronpa, that's exactly what's gonna fucking happen. Anyways, guess that's all. We made it. We ended off chapter 1. I'm gonna press any key to continue just to see where I end up this time. Yeah, exactly. We've reached the end of the demo. You may choose to save your progress here, which will allow you to continue from this point on in future releases. Right. You'll be returned to the title screen. Fuck, dude. So, Yoka and Mitsuhiro are dead. Fucking hell. I don't know what to say. All I can say is I'm scared. I'm scared for the following chapters, especially 2, because I don't know if you guys notice, but apart from Danganronpa V3, the victim of chapter 2 is always within my top 3 favorite characters of the game. Spoiler alert for Danganronpa 1 and 2. In chapter 2 of Danganronpa 1, my absolute favorite character of the game got killed, Chihiro Fujisaki. And in Danganronpa 2, well, she is not my favorite, but she's very close to being my favorite. Mahiru Koizumi died. So I'm very, 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 very scared of chapter 2. But I suppose we have to go through this. Anyways, guys, that ends off the 5th episode. I'm pretty sure I'm going to divide the class trial into 2. This ends off the 5th episode of Danganronpa Another Despair Academy. I'm scared, but I'm gonna have to play through this. Anyways, folks, that'll be all for now. Thank you all for watching. If you liked today's episode, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new to the channel. And if you want to be notified of future uploads like this one, hit the little bell. You know what to do. Also, if you want to join my Discord or follow me on Twitch, links to both are in the description below. Yeah, that'll be all from me. Stay safe out there as usual, guys. And until next time, peace.